Hello and welcome to jobskillshare.org. In 2018, we are going to be starting making videos on top of the labs that you're getting through our store page or with membership when you get a full access to all labs or maybe a single lab. In this example, I'm going to show you how we are going to make videos in 2018 on top of labs. Right now, currently, you have a certification focused lab right here where when you purchase it, you get a PDF with it and a lab guides. These are lab guides on the left, and you kind of watch it. And let's say, for example, you're following installing Windows Part 1 in progress. I'm going to click on Start. I already turned on the machine here. So you get this access to this server, and then they want you to do this task to complete the exam objectives, which is very step-by-step kind of information, and then you follow this PDF. Now we're not going to, of course, make exact thing right here. This will not make any sense. So we're gonna make videos on top of that in a way that how we do things, and it's maybe very similar to what you're following here, but the videos might be very quicker than the PDF or here. So you may just want to watch video maybe just to kind of summarize what you have learned in the PDF, and also learn about some lecture, the way we talk things in the labs, and we'll probably talk about this is what we do, this is what we don't do, this is what we do, some tricks to save our time. So the PDF is going to prepare you for specifically certifications. We're going to prepare you for real world, and that is how the labs and the videos are going to be a little different than each other, but the focus, the goal is the same. We want you to learn reality. So how I'm just gonna do a very quick example right here with you guys. And in this example, we have, let's say for example, I open the CompTIA A+ lab, and in this task it says that create a new virtual machine. In my videos, I'm not gonna even go through all of this because that's kind of useless for me at this point, and for you it is important, because when you follow these directions, it's gonna give you that kind of like skill to follow the directions, and that's very important for an IT person. But for me, when I show you things, I'm going to be showing you things the way I do at work, or if I'm doing it for myself, then I'm going to basically log into the server very quickly, open the virtual environment, Hyper-V, and we'll probably a little bit explain in the lab also that how did you get to this point, and some of the lecture behind this, like how did you get to the server, what kind of network environment is it using, this is a domain controller, how is it connected, what you're going to be doing in reality to get to this stuff, are you going to even have access to this, are you not going to have access to it, all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about it in our videos, and then we're going to get into that specific tasks. So in this case, I'm going to log in here without even watching this. I'm just gonna basically right click in here and then explain things, and then say okay, I'm gonna click on virtual machine here and then explain some stuff, and then I'm gonna click on next and name it without even looking at lab, because I'm not following that again. And then I'm gonna explain that okay, in reality it's not gonna be D drive, it will maybe other drive, it may be your external drives, and maybe some other drive your companies are using, big servers, and you will have to follow the rules, because you can't just put a virtual machine anywhere you want, right? You want to put it somewhere that everybody's monitoring and have a lot of space in it. And they'll say okay, you'll click next here, maybe your company is using generation 1, 2, we'll expand that a little bit, and then we're going to click on next and say oh, RAM, okay, your whole server, how do you check where you're installing this in Hyper-V? You first need to go here and make sure that you even have the RAM. You can't just drop like 16 GB in there when your server is having only 8 GB, and that is where we are going to talk about the reality. We'll click on next and say okay, networking. Now in your company you may not have a local area net connection, it could be some other connection specifically made for virtualization, and we'll talk about that, and we'll click on next. And then we'll talk about space, do you even have space on this server? You can't just put 200 GB while your server only have 30 GB in there, or just a lab environment, or maybe you have 1000 TB and you can't just put like 500 GB. You have to talk to your managers about this. That is the reality that we're going to talk about. Even this one small task became a pretty big thing for you. And that is exactly what we do at work. We need to know our stuff here before we even get to this point and do things. And when we talk about this, and when you go to a job, it seems like you have already done this then. And that is the reality that we show in our courses. That is why it's so unique, and that's why people so love it. So thank you so much for watching this. It's going to take us time, of course, but 2018, that's all we're going to do, and we're going to bring in some other partners with us to catch up with all these different type of content, CEH, web development, all of that is coming soon. Thank you. I'll see you guys in a different video.